Quick question for you. Have you ever woken up and felt heavy, even before the day truly began? Like your body is awake, but your heart is still tired. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, your calm little corner where English feels natural, gentle, and real. I'm Maria.
And I'm John. We're really happy you're here with us today.
If you're someone who wants to feel more confident speaking English, without pressure, without fear, just through real conversations, you're in the right place. Take a second right now, like this video, subscribe, and maybe leave a small comment telling us how your morning felt today. We read them. We truly do.
There are no perfect sentences here. No grades, no stress. Just small steps, honest thoughts, and gentle growth.
So wherever you are right now, maybe still in bed, maybe holding your coffee, maybe already rushing somewhere, just pause with us for a moment. Let's breathe, let's talk, and let's start softly, together. Good morning, John. Feels a little heavy today, huh?
Yeah, Mornings like this always feel a bit slow. Like your brain hasn't fully woken up yet.
Right? My mind was already racing before my feet even hit the floor. I thought, oh, I don't know. Maybe I just stay in bed.
Oh no, classic morning you.
I know, but, there's something kind of nice about that quiet moment, right? Just noticing how you feel before the day begins.
Yeah, it's like a little pause, a tiny bubble of calm before everything else rushes in.
Exactly. And that's what we're doing here today. Just a soft start. Talking, reflecting, seeing how small habits, small choices, can quietly change the way you feel.
Yeah, just walking through the morning together. No pressure, no big expectations, just a gentle chat.
Hmm. And maybe laugh a little at how dramatic mornings can feel. Like me quitting coffee, quitting the bus, all in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, but it's real, right? Those little moments feel huge at the time.
Exactly. And that's why I love starting like this. Slow, calm, noticing the little things, and maybe finding a tiny step forward in the middle of it all.
Yeah, that's our vibe today. Soft, steady, taking tiny steps one after another.
Hmm. John, some mornings just feel heavy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, you wake up and your brain is already in, do I even want to deal with today mode?
Right? I had one of those mornings yesterday. My alarm went off and I don't know. I said, nope, I quit.
Wait, you actually said that out loud?
Yeah, to my poor cat. She just stared. And then I went to make coffee, and the machine took forever. 2 seconds too long, and I thought, fine, I quit coffee too.
Oh no, that's classic you.
I know, right? But then I took one sip, and I was like, okay, I unquit coffee.
So, you quit quitting?
Exactly. And then the bus was a little late, and my brain went, fine, I quit the bus. I'll just live at this bus stop now.
You're dramatic, you know that?
Maybe, but here's the thing. I realized even when I say, I quit, I don't actually quit. I just express frustration. I still keep moving.
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of us do. We complain, we sigh, but deep down, we just keep walking.
Exactly. And sometimes that's enough. Tiny steps. Just moving.
Speaking of tiny steps, remember that student I told you about last week?
Oh, the one with the voice notes?
Yeah, she wasn't fast or confident, but she was relentless. Every morning for 30 days, a short voice note. Sometimes 30 seconds, sometimes a bit longer. Sometimes tired, sometimes busy, but she did it.
That's amazing. And after 30 days?
Oh, her voice changed. Calmer, more relaxed. Still mistakes, still learning, but she wasn't afraid. She just kept going.
That's the point, isn't it? Success isn't always loud or flashy. Sometimes it's quiet. Persistence, small actions, repeated daily.
Yeah, and the funny part is, our brains often think these small things are nothing, but they add up. Little rocks, step by step.
Speaking of which, half-hearted effort. That's another thing.
Yeah. When you do something half-hearted, your body might be there, but your heart isn't.
Like, you tell yourself, I'll practice English later. And later never comes. Or, I'll start Monday. And Monday never comes either.
Exactly. It's tempting to stay comfortable. Sofa, phone, warm blanket.
Oh, yes. And comfort feels so good at the moment. But growth? Growth is uncomfortable. Cold shower kind of uncomfortable.
Haha, cold shower, yeah. But then you feel awake, alive. And small daily actions, that's the magic. Tiny choices that seem boring now, but matter later.
Non-negotiable steps help a lot too. One thing you commit to. No debate, no negotiation. Like brushing your teeth. You don't say, should I brush today? You just do it.
Right. Maybe record a 20-second voice note every day. Tiny, but non-negotiable. Or write 3 sentences about your day. That's enough.
And sometimes, even a tiny action feels, ugh, like nothing. But after weeks, months, huge difference. Mountains made of tiny rocks, right?
Yeah. And then there's attitude. Sometimes life is unfair. Boss is mean, teacher is unhelpful, friends roll their eyes at your efforts. And it's easy to think, poor me.
But, standing in the middle, on the fence, doesn't help either. Not fully a victim, not fully a captain, just stuck.
Exactly. Complaining, scrolling, hoping things change, but doing nothing.
So the question becomes, do I blame circumstances or do I ask, okay, what can I do right now?
Right. And sometimes we self-sabotage too. Want something, but do things that make it harder. Like, I'll learn English, then watch hours of videos instead. Or postpone.
Oh, guilty. I've done that with exercise for months. Plan perfect, body half-hearted.
Relatable. But even slow steps matter. Even small consistency matters.
And, uncomfortable moments? When you feel awkward speaking English, starting new habits, new routines, it's okay. That's the sign of growth. Uncomfortable now, stronger later.
Yeah, even a lazy voice in your head, scrolling, saying, why bother? Sometimes you just snap out of it. Nudge yourself forward.
And every step counts. Tiny, boring, repetitive, but powerful. Each small choice is like writing a new line in your story, and your story can always start again.
Hmm. Every morning, a new sentence. Even if yesterday was messy, even if last week was lazy, you can start now.
And sometimes, just walking quietly, sitting by the window, thinking, that's enough. Listening to yourself, not the world's noise.
Yeah, quiet moments bring clarity. And sometimes that clarity nudges you, just a little, one step, tiny but real.
Right, and even pressing play, sitting here, talking to each other. Small steps, building momentum.
Exactly. Tiny rocks, slow but steady. Mountains are built this way.
Let's just breathe for a second. You're here. Not done yet. Small step today. Tiny but meaningful.
Yep, one step. That's the start. And that's enough for now.
John, I was thinking about something simple this morning.
Oh, that sounds dangerous already. What were you thinking about?
Not dangerous, just how we overestimate big moves and underestimate tiny ones.
Yeah. We think change has to look dramatic, like a huge decision, a big announcement, a complete life reset.
Exactly. From tomorrow, I wake up at 5 a.m., exercise, study 2 hours, no phone, perfect routine. And then, 2 days later, we disappear.
The classic new life starts Monday energy.
Yes, and when it fails, we feel like we failed as a person, not just the plan.
That's heavy. We attach our identity to a routine.
Right. But what if growth is quieter than that? What if it's just one honest step today?
Like?
Like, instead of saying, I'll study English for an hour, you say, I'll speak for 1 minute. 1 real minute. Fully present.
That feels lighter already.
It is lighter, and light things are easier to carry.
I like that. Light things are easier to carry.
Because the problem isn't always laziness. Sometimes it's intimidation. The goal feels too big, so we avoid it completely.
Yeah. Our brain sees a mountain and says, no thanks.
Exactly. But if you break that mountain into tiny stones, suddenly it's manageable.
So instead of climbing the whole thing, you just pick up one stone.
Yes, and tomorrow, another. No drama, no announcement, just movement.
Yes, and tomorrow, another. No drama, no announcement, just movement.
And pressure is often what stops us, especially with learning English.
True. Many learners think, if I can't speak perfectly, I won't speak at all.
And that's where progress freezes, because perfection becomes the condition for starting.
But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after repetition.
Yes, that student we talked about, she wasn't confident in the beginning, she was consistent.
And consistency created calmness.
Exactly. Her voice didn't become powerful overnight, it became steady, and steady is stronger than loud.
That's deep. Steady is stronger than loud.
Because loud can fade, steady builds.
So maybe the real habit isn't work harder, maybe it's show up smaller.
I love that. Show up smaller. Remove the pressure to be impressive.
Yeah, just be present, even if it's messy.
Especially if it's messy.
That's comforting, actually.
It is, because most mornings are messy. Most journeys are messy.
And we hide that from ourselves. We think everyone else is moving smoothly.
Social media doesn't show the slow parts. It shows highlights.
So we compare our daily effort to someone else's best moment.
And that comparison kills motivation.
So what do we do instead?
We shrink the frame. Stop looking at the whole year. Just look at today.
Just today.
Just this hour, even. What's one tiny thing you can do that aligns with who you want to become?
That question feels practical, not emotional, practical.
Because emotions change. Motivation goes up and down, but small actions can stay stable.
Yeah, motivation is unreliable.
Very, but structure helps. Non-negotiable, tiny habits.
Like brushing your teeth.
Exactly. You don't debate it, you just do it. Imagine if English practice felt like that. No drama, just normal.
That would remove so much anxiety.
And anxiety often comes from thinking too far ahead. What if I make mistakes? What if they judge me? But in a 30-second voice note, who's judging?
No one.
Exactly. It becomes safe.
Safety is underrated in growth.
Very underrated. When you feel safe, you try more. When you try more, you improve.
So instead of forcing bravery, we build safety.
Yes, small, safe repetitions.
I think that's why tiny steps work. They don't shock your system.
They don't require a new personality. You don't have to become a different person overnight.
Just a slightly more consistent version of yourself.
That's it. And over time, that slight shift becomes visible. June, sometimes I wonder, why do we get stuck, even when we know tiny steps help?
Yeah, I think it's the comfort trap. Sofa, phone, same routine. It feels safe.
Right. And our brain? It hates change. Even tiny change feels like a huge effort.
Yeah, but then growth is rarely cozy. Like we said, cold shower, uphill battle, feels awkward at first.
Yeah, and it's funny. The very thing that feels uncomfortable is exactly what makes you stronger later.
Hmm, like learning English. First conversation in front of someone. Heart racing, brain screaming, "Stop! Run away!" But after you push through, it feels, empowering.
Exactly. And that's why tiny, boring steps matter. They build courage slowly. One short sentence, one small conversation, one voice note, repeated.
And persistence, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up again, again, even when you're tired, even when motivation is low.
Right. And our attitude? Sometimes our inner voice is the biggest challenge. Lazy, doubtful, comparing, it can be harsh.
Yeah, and we fall into self-sabotage, thinking, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I need perfect conditions." And then nothing happens.
Hmm, I've done that with exercise, so word worth me.
Hmm. And we fall into the self-sabotage, thinking, "I'll love the conditions."
So outside, the first of all brain is the very big fact that not be able to.
Hmm. And we fall into the most perfect conditions, the truth of growth.
Then feels all bad.
Relatable. Hmm. So maybe the trick is non-negotiable tiny steps. Something simple. Daily.
Yes, tiny but consistent. Today, one page in English. Tomorrow, one short conversation. No drama, no big leap, just showing up.
And slowly, it stacks. Confidence grows. Habits form. Mountains built from tiny rocks. Remember?
Yeah, and the uncomfortable moments become markers of growth. When life feels awkward or scary, that's where strength hides.
Right. Like speaking English in front of others for the first time. Or starting something new at 30, 40. Feels late. Feels weird. But not impossible.
Yeah, cute potato moment, right? Feeling awkward, but still moving forward.
Exactly. And every small effort counts. Your brain might whisper, "Ugh, this is tiny, nothing changes." But it does. Slowly, quietly, power grows.
And reflection matters too. Sitting quietly, noticing thoughts. Your real voice comes back. Questions arise. Am I happy? Am I moving forward?
Yeah, it's not always comfortable. Sometimes it makes you sad. Sometimes it nudges you. But it's honest, and honest nudges matter more than comfort.
And small decisions from that clarity, can reshape your path. Tiny choices, repeated, slowly transform life.
And even slow progress is progress. Tired, confused, overwhelmed? Okay. But stopping? That's the only true setback.
Right. And growth isn't linear. Some days, 2 steps forward. Some days, 1 step back. But overall, moving forward matters.
Hmm. And we often overestimate what we need to do in one day. Huge goals, massive leaps, feels impossible.
But tiny steps, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 sentence, those accumulate. Mountains, confidence, habits, built quietly.
And attitude shapes the journey too. Hmm. Victim mindset, blaming circumstances, keeps you stuck. But asking, what can I do now, moves you forward.
Yeah, small choices repeated daily, and eventually you notice a difference. Voice calmer, confidence stronger, mistakes matter less. Courage grows.
And uncomfortable moments? Sign of growth. Not punishment, just markers. I'm stretching, learning, moving forward.
And even tiny steps outside comfort zone, feels awkward, but builds resilience. Your future self will thank you.
Yeah, non-negotiable habits, persistence, showing up, tiny rocks, step by step. That's the quiet, powerful path.
And reflection, quiet moments, awareness, help notice progress. Sometimes even 10 minutes alone, no phone, resets perspective.
Yeah, and noticing that, taking one small action afterward, builds momentum. Slowly but surely.
And that's the beauty. Growth doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be small, boring, daily, but it's real.
Yeah, tiny, consistent actions, reflection, persistence. Mountains built from small rocks, courage from tiny choices. Soft, but powerful.
And even today, sitting here, talking, reflecting, it's a step. One more in the journey. Slow, gentle, moving forward.
Exactly. And every small effort adds up. Eventually, you'll look back and see the mountain you quietly climbed.
Hmm. It's about noticing, choosing, showing up, repeating. Growth doesn't need noise or applause, just consistency and courage.
And small actions quietly say, I'm not done. I'm moving forward. I'm learning. I'm growing.
Right. And even in quiet, slow moments, tiny choices matter. Little victories, 1 step at a time.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's real. Slow, small, steady. Mountains are built this way.
John, after talking so much about tiny steps and persistence, I'm thinking, it's funny how small choices feel invisible at first.
Yeah, like today, right now, just sitting, listening, reflecting. Seems tiny, but it's still a step forward.
Right, and the quiet victories, the unnoticed progress, they matter. Even small actions quietly build strength.
Yeah, and sometimes we want big results, instant success, dramatic change. But growth is rarely loud.
Exactly. It's often slow, boring, invisible, but consistent. Tiny choices, repeated, eventually it adds up. Mountains built from little rocks.
And that reminds me, attitude shapes everything. Even if life throws difficult moments, unfair situations, mistakes, setbacks, it's about what we choose next.
Yeah, what can I do now? Instead of, why me? Simple question, huge impact. One small decision after another.
And sometimes, progress feels invisible. You're tired, slow, unsure, but showing up, even quietly, moves you forward.
And reflection helps too. Sitting in silence, noticing thoughts. Your real voice emerges. Honest, gentle, asking, am I moving forward? Or what tiny choice helps me today?
Yeah, and even one tiny action after that, reading a page, writing a few sentences, sending a voice note, counts, builds momentum.
And growth isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, sometimes awkward. But that discomfort is a sign of stretching, learning, moving forward.
Yeah, and when we repeat these small actions, show up consistently, non-negotiable habits, we slowly build confidence and courage.
And it's okay if progress is slow. Tired, unsure, confused? Okay. Stopping? That's the only way to really fail.
And the beauty is, even small steps quietly say, I'm not done. I'm moving forward. I'm learning.
And today, even listening to us, reflecting, thinking about one small action counts. It's a step.
Yeah, and maybe that tiny step can be simple, like a short voice note in English, or writing 3 sentences about your day, just to practice, reflect, move forward.
And the magic is tiny, boring, consistent steps, repeated daily. Eventually, they transform confidence, skills, mindset, mountains built quietly.
And even uncomfortable moments, they're markers. They remind us growth is happening. Stretching, learning, courage, all quietly.
And we don't have to wait for the perfect moment. No big leap needed. Tiny, consistent, intentional actions every day.
Yeah, just showing up, repeating, reflecting, slowly builds habits, confidence, and resilience.
And maybe today, we can each pick one tiny, non negotiable step, something simple, achievable, something that moves us forward.
And that step doesn't need applause or recognition. The reward is internal, quiet but powerful.
Hmm. And we can repeat tomorrow and the day after, each small action quietly stacking, building, until it feels unstoppable.
And noticing small victories, even sitting here, listening, reflecting, counts. Momentum begins with awareness.
And it's okay if it feels small. Tiny actions, when repeated, quietly transform your journey.
Yeah, slow, steady, small, intentional. Mountains built quietly, confidence built quietly, courage built quietly.
And today, even pressing play, sitting, listening, reflecting, counts. You're taking a step. You're showing up.
And if we keep showing up, little by little, one day we look back and realize we climbed that mountain, step by step, quietly, steadily.
And growth isn't dramatic. It's often invisible, tiny, boring, repeated daily. But it's real, lasting, powerful.
And that's the thread. Slow, small, consistent, intentional. Non-negotiable steps. Awareness, reflection, showing up.
And each action, tiny as it may seem, quietly says, I'm not done. I'm moving forward. I'm learning. I'm growing.
Yeah, and even today, just being here, listening, reflecting, counts. Your journey continues.
And if you feel inspired, maybe take one tiny action now. A voice note, a few sentences, a small step forward, and keep walking.
And that's enough for today. Slow, steady, small, consistent. That's how mountains are built.
Yeah, and remember, growth is quiet, gentle, persistent, and it's yours, step by step.
Exactly. You're moving forward. You're showing up. You're unstoppable.
And that's it for today. Small steps, gentle growth, quiet victories. Keep going.
And we're proud of you for being here, listening, reflecting, one step at a time.
Yeah, slow, steady, tiny actions. That's all it takes.
And we'll be back for the next conversation. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward.
Bye for now.
Bye.